The consolidation of the Yao community around a temple on Elephantine, aspects such as the spelling of Yao with the name He, with a He, or the use of the Hebrew word Sabaoth shows that the Yao community conservatively adhered to its traditions brought from Judah and or Israel, at least in some points into the Persian period.
An inscribed large stone basin there mentions blessings to or from the deity Yao, Yod He Vav, without the final He. One Idumean ostraca, which we're going to hear about later, from the late Persian period, mentions a Beit Yao, Yod He Vav, in a boundary description. In the surviving Aramaic papyri excavated at the Judean military colony of Yeb on the island of Elephantine, which we've also heard a lot about, the divine name, when used independently, always appears as Yah, never as Yahweh, as in the Hebrew Bible, as we have now learned quite a lot, in 3 ostraca. Also the expression, the God of heaven, which appears numerous times, though only a few times directly preceded by Yah, Yod He Vav. In the earlier of 2 drafts of a letter to Bagohi, the governor of Yehud, Yah, the Lord of heaven, was written, before being amended to the more generic phrase, the God of heaven, in the 2nd draft. Finally, the phrase, Yah, the God that dwells in the fortress of Yeb, occurs once. Yah, Yod He Vav, without the final He.
Okay, you mentioned how, you mentioned the God Yah. Talk to us a little bit about how, and you're talking about what we know in Hebrew as Yud He Vav He, the tetragrammaton.
In my book, I mentioned that in Greek texts, we do have that spelling, Yahweh.
So if you take that Greek form from 4Q120 in the Dead Sea Scrolls and you combine it with what we find in Elephantine, there's an Aramaic form of God's name. Does that mean they spoke that name in Elephantine?
The people that worship Yahweh